Hello there everybody and welcome back. So today I wanted to take an entirely different perspective from usual within these new upcoming Ninjago 2024 sets. As, you know, when they came out, taking a look at my personal opinion, I wasn't the biggest fan of them at all. And I know it's only been a few days, I'm kind of acting like it's been months or something, but I've kind of had a little bit of a realization with regards to some of the sets. Now overall, just getting this out of the way, as a whole these sets honestly do not make up for a very good wave. It's very samey, very repetitive, but I will say that there are some huge plus points that I feel as though some people are kind of overlooking and not realizing that I wanted to shed light on today. Well, there are a few diamonds at play here within this set wave, and I just wanted to bring attention to them and essentially do my part to try and promote them, because honestly, I'm really happy with some of these. So, up on screen now, you're looking at this particular set. Now, if we just look at it for what it is, without taking into account what we're going to be taking into account in a moment, the mech looks quite average. There are 4 good-looking minifigures though. We've got an exclusive Master Lloyd, which that on its own brings up a lot of questions with regards to Lloyd within the next Ninjago season. We have a new J minifigure. We have 2 villain minifigures, which both look awesome. Ninjago has been stepping up their game time and time again with the foot soldier figures. Box art looks cool, you know, it's just a small set, but overall, does it really look like anything that's worth it? Well, from the box art alone, not really, to be fully honest with all of you. But then you have to take into account the price point. This thing is going to retail for around $10.99 US. Here in the UK, I'd imagine it'll be very similar, if not a little bit cheaper, you know, at our usual $8.99 price point. And when you factor that in, this is absolutely insane, all things considered, and I'm still mind blown by it. This is just the first of many really great deals coming within the new wave, and this one is just great for so many reasons. It's a fairly decent looking mech, which I know goes against what I've just said, but when you factor in the price, you have to realise that this is a good mech for that kind of cheap price. We get, of course, an exclusive Lloyd minifigure, and we get 4 good looking minifigures. So, overall, when you put it under that different light, you know, that different perspective, things really get better. And when you have such a cheap price point, you know, you really can't go wrong with it. This is going to be affordable for everybody because, you know, not everybody out there can afford the expensive Ninjago sets, and that's totally understandable, I get it, but this one is going to be great value for near enough everybody, right? And I think that's just so great. But again, this isn't all I'm talking about within today's video. We have so much more to go over, because next up we have these glider things, and this isn't really related to the main theme of today's video, but I just kind of wanted to throw it in there anyway. This video is essentially a mix of a few different things that I consider to be good news when it comes to the new wave. But yeah, we have these new gliders, and I'm just flicking through them now. We have, 3 of them. So we've got one for Kai that you're seeing up on screen right now. We have one for Nia, and we also have one for Aaron, which is cool. Now, while the Aaron minifigure in particular here is really not on the good side, I would say that these gliders are actually kind of good looking, and for the price point, they're not bad. Now, the feature, in my opinion, is probably going to be a bit of a flop. I'll try and put an image up on screen now of the feature. It just looks like something that's not going to work. But as a whole, these things are kind of goofy. They're kind of cheap, I suppose. And you get a lot of good molded pieces for a fairly cheap price point, you know? And overall, while the dragons do look quite average, maybe even goofy, I would personally say that they're so weird, so wacky, so ugly, and so goofy that I actually really have grown to like them. This is probably going to be something I end up picking up at some point, but definitely not on January 1st, when these do, of course, first end up retailing. But still, overall, these are solid sets again, and kind of filter into that quote-unquote good pricing for the new wave, which is a big theme going on here. We also have this mech for Aaron, which, you know, it's really not the best, but if you guys remember Jay's Electro mech, that thing was hideously overpriced. This is around £14, $14, I believe, and again, for that kind of price point, it's not bad. The mech, sure, isn't really the best, but you do get that Aaron minifigure, you do get, an Aaron mech, I guess, and you also get some interesting villain builds with some cooler pieces, of course. You get that cool villain minifigure with that molded mask piece. Everything goes together quite nicely. And when you have everything like this all kind of coming together, in my personal opinion anyway, you actually get a really solid looking wave in terms of the deals, because it's not just these either. Some of the mechs, like Sora's and Cole's mech, and also Kai's mech, don't let me forget about that one, they are all really good deals when you truly factor in the price point, and I feel as though that's where this wave really shines. And sure, while the wave overall is a little bit samey, you know, there's not really much diversity going on, when you also take into account affordability, the price points, and the deals you're truly getting here, honestly, some of the sets seem super worth it, like ultra worth it, because again, the price point really does change everything in this case, and I feel as though for a lot of the price points, you're getting some exceptionally great deals, and I just wanted to bring this up because, again, I feel as though it's being a little bit overlooked, on my channel especially. This has been overlooked, but I wanted to change that here today because I've kind of just realised this, you know. I've had a moment of realisation, I guess you could say, over these past few days since the sets first were revealed to us, and I just wanted to talk about it in a video here today because it would just be wrong of me to not talk about it because, again, great deals, and people need to definitely start paying a little bit more attention to this because we have some super great deals going on. But with all of this being said, guys, that is going to sum things up here today, so hopefully you all enjoyed my look at these new sets under a bit of a new perspective, because I consider all of this to be great news. But with all of this being said, that is going to conclude things here, so hopefully you did all enjoy this one. Feel free to go ahead and leave any of your own thoughts on all of this down below in the comment section, whether you agree with me or disagree. Let's have a conversation below. If you did end up enjoying today's video here and found it informative, go ahead and leave a like on it, subscribe to the Overlord X channel for more like this, and while you guys are at it, consider hitting that notification bell so that you can keep up to date on all things Ninjago right here on my channel. And with all of this being said, guys, I will catch you all soon for a new video, so see you all soon, and goodbye, everybody.